Great for Texas.
Today, you're taking a look at some of that flooding there on your screen in central Texas. As of right now, we do know over 20 people are dead, several still missing. And I do want to head over to our Fox weather team, Bane Froney. She's been on the ground there since about midnight. Good morning to you, Bane. What are you seeing out there right now?
Hey, good morning. As the sun came up, it's just absolute devastation. Now, we were seeing videos coming in just yesterday with that river water just flowing so quickly, destroying everything in its path, picking up homes, trees, cars. And now that river water is completely receded, and now we're seeing a lot more of that damage. I'm going to step aside so you can look behind me, because what was once a home is now completely gone, completely swept away. You can see the foundation of the home there and the front porch, and that is all that is left.
If it wasn't for those little couple of bricks right there, you couldn't even tell that there was a home there. Like, you would think this was a driveway and then that home in the back or something. That's crazy.
For this area, even further back, damage to one home, just walls, parts of the roof completely gone, and even further closer towards the river right now, just a completely uprooted trees, just total devastation in this area. And as of right now, the main effort, though, is going to be search and rescue. As of right now, 24 people have been confirmed dead, and there are still dozens that are missing. Among those that are missing are those young girls that were at Camp Mystic. Now, this is a camp that's just along the Guadalupe River, and overnight on Thursday night into Friday morning, swept away. Dozens are still missing. So, search and rescue are just really focusing on that and trying to hopefully be able to bring these girls home and reunite them with their families. The community is...
Oh, they were on like a camping trip in the middle of the night and it just swept them up. Damn. I hope they recover those little girls alive and well, hanging from a tree or something, or grabbing on this. Damn, hopefully they were able to,
completely shaken up. Just a lot of catastrophic damage that's going on here. So overnight on Thursday and into Friday, what happened was we saw just an intense amount of rainfall falling. 7 inches of rain fell in a very short amount of time here in Kerrville. And to kind of put that into perspective for you, 7 inches, that's a month's worth of rain, and that happened overnight. And so we saw the Guadalupe River rising over 20.
Oh, it was rain and like thunder and storm? Like, this looked like a tornado picked it up. Like, damn, that's crazy. The flash floods be like that.
Feet within just 1 hour. So this flash flooding happened fast, and it came with a vengeance. And it, with running water, with a running river water, it'll sweep you off your feet with just a couple inches.
Look at that. You got like 3 different vehicles together. Damn.
Imagine feet. And so it's very difficult scenes here as we start to wake up. Again, homes just completely swept off of their foundation. Now, the governor of Texas did have a press conference last night and did issue a disaster declaration for 15 counties, also bringing in all of the first responders that they can. The U.S. Coast Guard here trying to help people get out and evacuate people as well. So what's been going on is we have this stationary boundary that's draped over the entire state of Texas. And so this is just sitting here, bringing in that isolated shower and storm potential. And we also have that moisture coming in from the Pacific, aiding in that rainfall potential. And the hard part is this boundary is still here. It's still sitting here. So we still have the chance to see showers and storms continuing on and off throughout the day, throughout the entire state, mostly the southern portion, like where we are right now here in Kerrville. So we still could see a little bit more rainfall, a few more inches of rain falling in these communities.
Fucking power of Mother Nature. She don't play. Like, once that water grab them, and even if they, I guess, it hit against a tree or something, that water's going to keep pushing. Water-shaped mountains and everything is just over years and years, and just the water just sculpted, like just chiseling that thing, just pushing it and pushing it and crushing it, just the sheer volume and force.
That are already, struggling and just facing just a lot of damage as they start to wake up this morning and try and piece things together.
Damn.
At our own hotel, we are, a couple miles away from this town, and even there, hotels completely booked up because people are just displaced and having to evacuate this area along the Guadalupe River. So on top of this, not only are we dealing with the damage here, but farther downstream, now we're going to start to see that water, that kind of a flood wave is what we've been calling it, moving farther downstream and going to be impacting communities farther south. And so one area, Spring Branch, their rain gauge actually rose 26 feet within the past 5-6 hours or so. So as of right now, Texas authorities have said they've had over 300 water rescues and calls for help here in Kerrville alone. So that just shows you
what the comments say,
how many people are impacted by this, and it's just absolutely devastating. So as I mentioned,
and they talking about people still missing from Helene. Terrible. Pray all of the fact that this is so devastating. Yeah. Especially for the missing girls. You imagine sending your daughter off to camp and this happened, this flash flood, no warning. Their parents must be like, oh my God, where's our little girl? It'd be the camp counselors, whoever was there with them, like to tell these parents, like, we don't know, we're looking for your girls. Sadly. They're just searching. There's still a search and rescue. Some of the people, tragically, a lot of time has passed. So a lot of people are going to be demised because they hurt or couldn't breathe or stuck somewhere. But it's still going to be a lot of miracle rescues. Oh, look, they just rescued, an hour ago, they just rescued a woman in a tree that floated 20 miles away and are searching for a family folding on a dock. Man, they still out there, man. Yeah. Here's anything.
And we continue these fast-moving developments. Let's begin with CNN.
27 children. 27.
Ed Lavandera.
And from just beyond this ledge that went down in toward the edge of the river, we heard a man calling out Joyce Catherine. Joyce Catherine. Happened several times, and we kind of followed the voice, and that's where we met Ty Baden. He is a father
18 adults, 9 children.
Of 21-year-old Joyce Catherine Baden. Joyce Catherine happened several times, and we kind of followed the voice, and that's where we met Ty Baden. He is a father of 21-year-old Joyce Catherine Baden. His daughter had come out here to spend the July 4th weekend with 3 other friends in a home just along the river. And they lost contact with the group around 4 a.m. early Friday morning. Ty Baden has spent the morning walking. By the time we met him, he'd already walked along about a mile, had come across the body of another young victim and called it in to 911. And this is a father desperately searching for his 21-year-old daughter in hopes that he would stumble upon a miracle.
And that's the ones you think that could survive. 21-year-old, she might be fit and in good shape. She can hold on or keep her head above it and fight.
Your daughter was here with 2 friends?
Yeah, 3.
3 friends.
You know, and
so it's 4 of them.
Correct. And she and the young man, they went to elementary school and high school together. And the one of her friends, Ella Cahill, that's her boyfriend, Aiden is. They went to school through high school, so they've known each other a long time. The other girl, her name is Reese. I can't remember her last name right now. She is Ella's roommate at UTSA, so we've never met her or her parents. But God bless her, and we pray that all 4 of them are still alive.
All 4 are missing?
Yes, they're all missing, and you know, it's been 4 o'clock yesterday morning that we were told that, you know, they were on the phone with Aiden's dad, who they own the house where they were. It was a very nice house, no longer there. And Aiden said, hey, you know, I've got to go. I got to help Ella and Reese. So he gave the phone to Joyce Catherine. Joyce Catherine said, they just got washed away. And then a few seconds later, the phone went dead, and that's all we know. So we presume that she got washed away as well. And if you go back to where the house is, it's not a good sign. And that's why I was telling you, my son and I were walking, and I thought it was a mannequin. It was a little boy. I thought, 8 or 10 years old, and he was dead. So we just...
You saw that this morning?
Yes. So we...
Damn, you see how that yes? That was a grown man answering yes like that. That shook his soul. RIP to that little boy. Oh.
We're just walking and doing the same thing we were doing. Look, when we stumbled across him. But hopefully we can find our children, our daughter and her friends alive. So, anyway, I ask you if you would pray, and whoever watches this thing, pray. We got together and picked up our son and came over here, and we waited around at a center, and God bless them, they're doing a great job. It's in Ingram, Texas, at the elementary school, and they're kind of like the place where all the survivors are brought. And we were hoping that we would hear our daughter and friends' names called, but they never did call. So we said, this morning we're going to come out and try to find them ourselves.
I mean, you're walking through this mess, hoping for a miracle.
Amen. Keep the faith. That's all we can do. So that's all I got, Ed. And thank you.
Can you tell us about your daughter?
Yes, she's a beautiful girl, and I think I sent you a picture. Just a wonderful girl. Couldn't ask for a better daughter. All through school is just easy, knows no shenanigans or anything like that. I mean, she was a normal girl. We would have fun, but yes, we loved her dearly.
We loved her dearly. Don't give up hope, man. Come on.
And Frederico, what just I found gut-wrenching is as we were winding down the interview there, as he continued the search, he told me about how he read a book years ago about a father during World War II whose child had been in a house that had been bombed, and that the father spent days and days combing through the rubble trying to search for his son and never gave up. And after days of combing through the rubble, that the man during World War II found his kid. And he just told me, he goes, I hope I'm that guy today.
Gosh.
And that's
that's powerful.
rather stunning moment.
We hope you are too. We hope you are too, my guy.
Yes, you think about what that poor man and his family are going through today.
I hope he's that guy too. All right, Ed Lavandera, thank you so much. Officials confirming at least 27 people are dead and dozens more are missing following severe flash flooding in Kerr County. An intense rescue effort is underway right now after torrential downpours.
That's moving. And then it make the ground unstable and wet and the foundation ain't there. Whoop.
Triggered the flooding along the Guadalupe River, raising the water level more than 20 feet in less than 2 hours. Our CNN affiliate KABB is on the ground in Hunt, Texas, showing us the catastrophic damage at one community store.
I want to walk you through, they didn't want to be on camera, but they walked me through this area and what it did look like. So they said that this was once all boarded up. This was all brick and now completely opened up. That just to show how fierce that storm was and how it powered through. I want you to walk with me down here closer so we can get a closer look inside the actual building. You could just see just the debris that is completely clinging on to the building. But if you take a closer look here inside, you could just see it is just completely packed in there, just all the debris that just swept right into the Hunt store here in Hunt. This was a staple, they were telling me. I did speak to the cashier who worked here for many years, and so he saw a lot of residents come into the area. I also want to mention that closer down here, again, there's lots of debris, branches, down power lines. What I thought was just devastating, what they told me, was right over here is where the post office once was, if you believe it. I was completely shocked. He said, this is the brick from the post office. And as you can see, it's completely gone at this, it's no longer here. But what we did find was a Cassandra, what's her name tag, which was somewhere further where we first started. everything is scattered here. It's just devastating, just the amount of destruction this floodwater caused here in Hunt. So we're still speaking with residents here, and I did ask the cashier here about like rebuilding. You know, where do you go from here? And he says, you know, you just completely take this, you just rebuild from the bottom up.
I want to see the comments again. You're such a strong dad. It could happen. They're still finding people alive. I can't imagine being a parent missing a child. You got some people saying that's given the fact they probably did, but that's why it's called a miracle, because you think they did and they found them. That's why you're surprised by it. Bless his heart, my heart breaking. Yeah. They had no warning. North Carolina dealing with it. The Carolinas, now Texas, they just, and pray for the people of Texas, y'all. Somehow y'all can help or something. I just want that guy to find his daughter and the friends alive if he can. Yeah. And those 27 little girls at camp. So I guess it's realistic. People in the comment, yeah, we expect the death toll to go up. 18 adults, 9 children. We expect it to go up, way up, but we also expect the running total of people miraculously found, still living, to go up too. And we're gonna get through it as a country, as a people. Yeah. Pray, cave dwellers.